What's up YouTube, it's Louis here, hope you're all well. We're back with another Bitcoin update. We actually saw Bitcoin closing above the 20 EMA. To be honest guys, it's in my view, I don't like it. I'm not a doubter of the pump. I've been saying that if we pump, it's eventually going to be a bull trap. So it's not like we've been denying the pump. We're not denying the pump. We believe in the pump. We just believe that the pump is a bull trap. So eventually it will just roll over. So what could be some early signs? Well, what I personally like to see when we're breaking a resistance, especially after falling below it, I want to see it tapped as resistance, held as resistance for the continuation lower. But you can see that since capitulating, we were reaccumulating to head into the golden pocket. That is between this level. We'll get it up for you right now. From the beginning of the capitulation with the FTX scandal down to the first initial spike down here. And then we can, it honestly doesn't matter. You can just put it on the lowest point. It doesn't matter. You can put it there. There's no difference whatsoever, guys. They're a few dollars different. Essentially, you can see closing above the 236 and the 20 is a signal. Now we're going to see this continuation to the 382. And then if we're closing above 17.6, because at the moment it is key resistance, we can see here daily candle closes below where we were once holding it as support. It flipped into resistance right there. So that's a signal we should go lower. Right there, we did not close below that wick. We held this very key green support box. Don't know why it's not loading. Very key green support box from back here. Okay, price, there we go. So resistance, support. You broke out and you tested as support right there. So if that holds as support and we break out and we hold the outside, as we just saw on the left, look to the left, structure leaves clues. Yeah, this was once a resistance. You got above it, flipped into support, resistance, flipped into support. So support, resistance, flips. Here you go. Finding support on the outside. That's a signal we should head back up to this red box. But again, this is red, so you're aware that this is a resistance. When you come into this, it's expected a rejection. So even if from the bottom here, we've pumped at the moment 10, it pumps a further, 20 in total, or even, 22. It can pump 40% if it really wants. It's not safe. It's not out the woods even then, guys. So we've been saying on the channel, we need to be taking out this high over here, this right shoulder, to at least attempt to come and break this. But again, this is a resistance. The 2021 low over here was never retested as resistance when we came up, as there was a golden pocket not allowing us to get up there. You can see we rejected this golden pocket to go lower. So that's why we put the same thing. You've got this golden pocket, you should run into it and head lower. If you manage to actually get above that is fine. Again, we've been talking about this gold box for a long while now, and how right there, when we rejected it, you need to hold this bullish cross to continue, and then that's where the FTX thing happened. We lost the low, we got lower lows, so you have to believe that any pump is a lower high. We've been talking about this, just going through exactly what we did back in, I think, January this year. We had this higher low back in September last year, 2021 September. This was our higher lows, our left shoulder of the head and shoulders pattern. And you made this lower low, and on that specific candle, I told everyone in the Discord group chat, which is available through my education. If you want to take up on that, that's over on my Twitter. Again, beware that there is a scammer about with the same name as me. Louis_crypto is my name. They've just put a 0 at the end instead of an O. So if you do see my name with numbers in it, it's not me. Simply head over to my Twitter by clicking the link under this video. It'll bring you there. I won't message you first. I won't add you as a friend. I won't offer brokerage services. You have to private message me for the calls. Anyway, back here, we were saying on YouTube as well, this is where we're going to get out of the market. Since this is a lower low, I'm only going to get back in if it's proving that we are heading back to this high. The proof is if we take out the right shoulder, left shoulder, right shoulder, head up here. So if we're taking out this right shoulder, even though we lost this low and I sold, I was willing to buy back in higher than this once we take this out. Did we take it out? No. So by not getting above the right shoulder, we just continue lower. You can pump it could have pumped exactly to the right shoulder. It's not taking it out. It's not closing above it. So you could have come up to it, still would have continued lower anyway, is what I'm trying to get at. You needed to take this out to signal that we're going to come back to this high, and even then you could still go lower anyway. So you're not safe until you're, again, taken out the high. And that's what we're seeing back down here. Shoulder, head, shoulder. So that's your right shoulder. We need to take that out to tell us we're going back to here with higher chances of going up there if we are taking out this gold right shoulder. And there's your neckline, 18.6k. So we were holding it multiple times. As long as we're holding it, we're all good. Formed that lower low. So you can even argue, forget this part over here, even if we're just looking here, this was your higher low. You lost it over here, you quickly reclaimed it, but you already made that lower low. So you can actually argue it was already predetermined from that point, even though you reclaimed 18.6k and you did form a bullish cross, which is doing all the bullish things possible, not losing 18.6k higher low, forming this bullish cross, breaking out of the descending triangle pattern the opposite way, which it shouldn't have. It should have gone down, not up. Broke up, formed a bullish cross, and we just need to take that out, which is your right shoulder. Remember, with this W pattern, it doesn't matter. It needs to take out the right shoulder. Again, W pattern doesn't matter if it's a bullish pattern. You're in a downtrend since the lower low, so bullish patterns don't work. So here, double bottom, you can argue, yeah, you lost this higher low. You did close a daily candle below it. Yes, we reclaimed it, so it means that the bearish patterns were invalid, but that was already like a nail in the coffin, you can say, because it was a lower low. So should not be taking this out. Only if you take this out, yeah, we're going up. If you don't take it out, we're not going up. We're going to try and lose this again, and we've seen that with the FTX event. So that's why I believe that when we come back into this red box, because this is the expected move now, because we've seen this daily candle close above the 20. It's a signal we're coming up to the 55, which was this first ever close below 18.6k, and that wick is at 18.158. So it might be a little bit different on your chart, whatever chart you're using. That wick over there, place that I've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 touches of either. 3 is support, 1 is resistance. So when we come into this little zone again, where this daily candle closed up until that wick, this area is an area of supply. So when you come into this, it's expected to bring a rejection, essentially. And remember, I said at the beginning of the video, I didn't really like how we reclaimed this EMA without testing it first. So what I would have preferred to see is something like this, where again, from here you're meant to lose the low, but if you hold this as support, it's a signal we're going to go back up. This is what we already said earlier on in the week and last week. That's the expected move. Now that you held this as support, and this, the expected move is back up to here. But again, realizing, again, there's a lot of supply in this area. The 55 is obviously previous support, never tested, or only once tested as resistance, and you already confirmed it as resistance. So if you're coming in to confirm resistance, you should reject it to come back. So we're trapped between 15.7 and 17.5, 18k. You remember, you can even take out this wick. I'm not too fast, because 18.6k will also be a resistance. There's just too much resistance. Not that you can't get through it, just understand that at first, when you get to there, you're going to reject it. That's all you need to understand. It's not going to, I wish it was a pump like that. It can, of course, happen, but it's not the most likely scenario. It can happen, though. As you're seeing right here, you pump through the 20. What I, again, would have liked to see is push, exhaust, push, come back, whether it's to here or back down to here, that's fine. So you could have come back down to here and then break the 20. I want to see a rejection of it first and then go ahead and break it. What you did down here, you actually did that with the 12 EMA. If I can turn it on, there you go. See how we came up into it, we rejected it first, and then we broke through the 12. So that's what I would have liked to have seen with the 20 EMA, because after capitulating and not testing it for so long to reclaim it, guys, it could be the start of a fake out in both ways, to be honest. So if we zoom out, we go over here, you see that we got above the 20 without testing it first. So what over here, you would have liked to hit it, come back down, then break it, confirm it as support, and you're off. But you see, you got above it, it eventually resulted in a fake out. So the move up was fake. There could be an argument. You had this push down. You're getting above the 20. Could this be a bear trap? We've already been talking about this potential bullish structure. It's potential. Even if you form a right shoulder here, doesn't matter. You need to break this red line. So again, this red line will be tested, but it is a resistance, so it will bring a rejection. The hope would be, if you were to get up there, you need to flip this 17.6 to 18.6 1K range into support. We need to flip this back into a green box, so we know, okay, this is what's defending us. Now we've reclaimed it and confirmed its support. We've invalidated 13K and 10K. But until we do that, until we're doing this, then my belief is any pump is into resistance. But I'm not doubting the pump. Again, any pump we're seeing right now, we're seeing a pump right now. When we get into this red box, I'm expecting us to get rejected, and I'll be here along the way. And you just need to wait for the daily candle close confirmations. What is the specific candlestick pattern? Is there any chart patterns or just specific candlesticks? Are we at key resistance at the EMAs or Fibonacci levels? And is there weakness or strength in those areas? This is what we need to see. So putting on those fibs again from the low, from the high to the low, my apologies. We can see this golden pocket goes all the way up until 19K. And again, the capitulation began here. So again, we need to take out this. We need to get above this. But that's just where the capitulation began. Remember early in the video, we were talking about this right shoulder. So it's all about, for me personally, about 23K. That's where I'm more focused on. Until then, yeah, to me, it's just like waffle. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else you can call it. But yeah, in the meantime, it's all nonsense. And so that's what I'm trying to get at. So because you've had this big push down, you have to do the opposite. And then you continue, but we don't know how high you're going to come. We can look at some areas where there's a lot of support and not really tested as resistance, which is this first red box. So this is why, for me personally, I'm believing the rejection will be from here. But you can go up higher, and the rejection can still push you down. But I think that you could find some support here to go back up. But again, until you're above this and this, and the 2021 low. Because remember, never tested as resistance. This has actually never been tested as resistance. So when you come up to that, expect big resistance. And that's where the bears will say, yes, we're going lower anyway. But of course, your bulls are going to say, no, we can catch higher supports. I'll be here along the way. But at the moment, this is looking like potentially you've come down, you haven't tested it, and you're trying to reclaim them quickly. So it could mean that it's a bear trap, but I'm more of the opinion that we could be coming up to the 55 and this just being a bull trap as well. So we need to watch out. Over the next few days, we'll have our conclusion. However, what's the date? It's Thursday, so we do have a few more days of the days of the week left, and yeah, if we were to see a pump, today, tomorrow, I think that for the daily close, you're going to see a dump before the weekly close. Let's check out the weekly time frame right now. It's a green candle exactly as we predicted last week. Do you remember in last week's update, we were saying that this is looking like a spinning top. So next week, we believe we're going to head back up into this resistance. Everything is playing out exactly as predicted. If you appreciate and you want to support the channel, like, subscribe and comment. Check out those memberships. And please, if you want, send in those super thanks. Also, head over to my Twitter if you want the education. The only way you can get the education is if you hit the link to my actual Twitter, not the scammers. And yeah, private message me there. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Let's look out for this weekly close. Again, I'm still expecting us to come up to this wick. Thank you guys so much. Like, subscribe and comment, and peace.